This is TWiT.
So, speaking of AI, at Mobile World Congress, a Korean company named Hyodal showed off their ChatGPT-enabled companion dolls. This isn't for children.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
They're Cabbage Patch Kids for seniors.
Oh,
1,800 dolls that talk back to you. $1,800 dolls. Supposedly interactive digital pals for people experiencing loneliness or in long-term care facilities. I don't know.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Don't they have dogs?
Isn't that what? Yeah, they have dogs for that.
Just get a dog. A dog's a lot cheaper, at least the first year.
I feel like this is too Chucky. I mean,
yeah.
Or Megan.
Yeah, okay. All right, Lee, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather have this where it's like a generic, it sounds like it's just a ChatGPT 3.5 or whatever, where you're just chatting with a thing? Or what if you had one of these where it was like trained on the grandparents, like grandkids? It sounded like right? Like what
kids.
if it's like the personality of their kids or their grandkids? Like, would you prefer that to this generic thing, or is that worse?
I'd prefer that my actual kids came to visit me, but I guess if they weren't,
that seems worse.
Well, this is very Black Mirror, right? Where you have you've lost a loved one, but here's good news: we can create an AI that sounds and looks exactly like them. Now what? I don't know. I might go for that.
I don't know. Loss is part of life. I mean, we all.
It's not.
I'm gonna get all Robbie on you, but we're all gonna die.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
part of living is dealing with death.
On the whole, I'd rather be in Visalia.
On the whole, Visalia is the place to be.
Yeah.
It's not. For some people, it might be an interesting tool, but I do think we have that sort of creeping dystopianism aspect of it. That and the orbs together. I
am actually, contrary to what you might think, very bullish on AI. Probably contrary to all of you. I'm excited about AI. I want to see AGI. I think AI, I'm using AI now, these LLMs. This is the video we're looking at from the Korean, well, at least her grandchild is visiting her and bringing her sweets. Oh, and a creepy doll.
I'm never coming back. Here you go.
Oh, this is it. Last time.
It's been great,
Last time, Grandma. Bye-bye. Have the sweets, and here's your doll.
I'm super busy.
Oh, dear.
I just started I just joined a group. We're doing improv. I couldn't think of the word improv.
It's okay. The doll will do it for you.
We're doing it. We do a little make believe. We
got a bowling league going. I just can't make it over. But I spent $2,000 for this creepy doll. Here you go.
I'll see you, Ma. See you, Grandma. Here's the doll. I'm never coming back.
Never coming back.
So I use custom-built GPTs. I've talked about this a lot before, but not with you guys. I use custom GPTs to do research. You give it your corpus of knowledge, and you can look. In my case, I'm using it for coding. I have a little coding GPT. It's very helpful. I really like it. I don't let it write the code, but it gives me. It's better than. It's kind of the equivalent of going through a bunch of books trying to find something. Instead, it just finds it for me, and I really see the value of that. I would love to see a little plastic pal that talks in Scarlett Johansson's voice or whatever.
Very specific, Leo. But,
okay, weirdly specific. I understand. But I think that would be interesting. I don't think it's going to. Well, you don't want to arm them, and that's why this Palantir story scares me.
You don't want to give them.
You
guns.
don't want to arm them. But
wait, how did we jump from the cute dolls to talk to Grandma to giving them weapons?
Grandma, here's your doll. Don't give it a knife. Whatever you do, don't give the doll a knife. You're good.
Yeah.
But you know what? Put the knives on the top shelf.
But I like the idea that a machine could perhaps be, a useful tool, as long as you understand it's a tool and it's a machine and it's not real. Now, Echo hasn't lived up to that. Siri hasn't lived up to that. Google Voice hasn't lived up to that. But maybe in my life, look, I'm going to be in the home in a few years. I want a doll. I'm just saying. Bring me.
We'll chip in to buy Leo a doll.
Okay, you know what I do think this will be interesting for actually is maybe less in this specific scenario that this Korean company is talking about, but I've been thinking a lot about like AI translation, right? And like AI translation has gotten a lot better.
Perfect.
And
example.
I could see like a doll like this where like, you know, it'll talk to grandma in, you know, grandma's first language or whatever. And like grandma has a better time talking to her grandkids because, you know, the translation is working better, right? And so I do think there are like uses for this, but I think it has to be more targeted than just like, hey, talk to the LLM.
Yeah,
right?
But there's also, I mean, a similar but slightly different thing is also just as like language learning, right? I mean, the best way to learn a language is to talk to somebody who's fluent, but like finding someone who's fluent who wants to talk to you as you're trying to puzzle through, like these dolls could be amazing for that.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of uses as long as we understand that it's not a human, it's not and don't arm it. And it's not, but it can be a tool. It's a tool. Right?
Yeah. Well, the irony is that AI makes way more sense for writing code than it does for, say, writing an article.
Yeah, because you're talking to a machine.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for watching this little snippet from our big show, the News Roundtable, This Week in Tech. I'm Leo Laporte. Each week we cover the week's tech news, in-depth analysis, but it's also fun and engaging. You'll find it at twit.tv along with all of our shows. And if you want more, just hit the subscribe button, and we'll be sure to bring you a lot more great content. Thanks for listening.